This morning we'll be tackling the subject of PPPs to ensure food security and agricultural development.
Following the food crisis in 2007-2008, there was a real interest for partners country to ask the EU to help them to reinvest in agriculture, in particular with a vision of food security or food sovereignty. Another challenge is to double growth production of food. We all know that public investment will not be enough, and there is a need for private investment.
And that's where PPPs become an interesting opportunity. Why? Because firstly, they bring in additional resources, those from the private sector, where the public sector has limited resources, especially in developing countries. And they also bring in additional expertise, innovation, technologies, all of that from the private sector, which we hope can help include smallholders into more modern value chains, using a value chain approach, like Regis said. And the last point, which also was mentioned, is that agriculture is a risky business. So when you enter into a PPP, what's good for both parties is that you share risks.
In Burundi, where we have a program, a subsidy program for fertilizer, a national program, start 3 years ago, where a lot of donors are putting money in the basket fund. Farmers are using vouchers. When the farmers are dealing with the distributors with this voucher, they are sure to have the fertilizer available, and the distributors are sure to be paid. It is a value chain where everybody is involved and where everybody is sure to have some interest at the end of the season.
What are the main characteristics of an efficient agricultural PPP?
It's all in the design. So that involves feasibility studies as much as you can, yes. And that involves talking to everybody and making sure everybody can have a say.
To implement this PPP program, we have to work with all the actors, with them, and not alone to decide something.
I don't think there's a lack of willingness, that's for sure, but I do think there's still a lack of connection with all the actors.
Because of the risk inherent to agriculture, most of public-private partnerships we are funding are more on infrastructure, on energy, and in fact, very few up to now are on agriculture. There is an interest, but now it needs to materialize, and so it remains question mark, to be frank. But we are optimistic.